You're watching First Alert 7 News at 9 on the CW and live on YouTube with Lauren Munt and weather with Tom Tiefertiller.
Good evening and thank you for joining us for First Alert 7 News on the CW, and thanks to those of you joining us live on our YouTube. I'm Lauren Munt and we've got the first alert for you. The names of the two men who died in the Pecos train derailment have been confirmed to us here at First Alert 7. Both of them were employees with Union Pacific. Now, a GoFundMe has been started to help both families cover those expenses. You can find that link by going to the story up on our website, firstalert7.com. We're going to take a look at that GoFundMe real quick. This is supporting both families of Aroha and Bert. As of right now, they've raised over $45,000. That's a live look at that. Again, details on how to donate can be found up on our website. That's firstalert7.com. We're tracking crime now. A man wanted for a murder in 1996 was arrested in Mexico and released to local law enforcement right here in Odessa. 53-year-old Jose Rafael Marcelo was indicted in the killing of his wife on April 23, 1996. Now, he allegedly stabbed her multiple times with a locking blade knife, and then he ran from the scene. Law enforcement agencies from the state, including here at Odessa Police and Ector County Sheriffs, as well as the District Attorney's Office and Crime Stoppers, have all worked together to make the arrest and complete the extradition. Looking in the community now, between the rise in inflation and groceries being unaffordable, the West Texas Food Bank is facing an overwhelming demand, and they need your help. The West Texas Food Bank serves thousands of families across the region, distributing over 13 million pounds of food to 19 counties just last year. Now, they've been partnering with the Abel Hanger Foundation for at least 13 years, and the nonprofit has stepped in to help, matching $100,000 to every donation that's given by the community. But this crisis is far from over.
This holiday season has been rough. It's been a hard season this year. It hasn't been as cold as what we were expecting, but definitely inflation is still affecting our families here in West Texas, especially our elderly population, and especially our single parents or guardians right now who are working, have problems making ends meet.
Like Libby said, seniors in West Texas are the ones that are being most affected right now, and they're having to make a decision between buying groceries or medication. If you'd like to help the West Texas Food Bank, they're asking for foods that are good pantry staples like cereals, pasta, or Pop-Tart canned fruits and vegetables. If you'd like to, or food that you'd like to see on your table. You can also donate your time and volunteer. Good news for residents of Odessa. Exactly 1 month after the online payment portal for the city went down after a cyber attack, it's back up again. In an email sent by the city, they said that November and December bills are going to be combined, but don't worry, they're still not charging any late fees, and nobody's water will be turned off for non-payment through April 1st, 2025. Now, because everyone may be trying to get on the portal at the same time, the site might experience some slowness. So the city is asking for you to be patient, set up a payment plan, and contact the city. Over on Capitol Hill, our local representative August Pfluger has released a statement following his decision to vote in favor of the American Relief Act, calling it a, quote, good, clean bill that supports Texas farmers and ranchers. Pfluger also added, quote, this bill wasn't everything that I wanted, but it will buy us time until the, quote, cavalry comes in January, end quote. Now, the American Relief Act is a bipartisan piece of legislation that's created to provide temporary funding to the government while also assisting Americans who are impacted by Hurricanes Helene and Milton, as well as helping our nation's farmers.
And so this is a stopgap measure to save those farms, to save food production in America, to ensure that we have that diversity in the marketplace, and our food supply is directly related to national security. So it's a very, very important thing for both parties to do to provide that aid.
Now, this House vote was also instrumental in avoiding a government shutdown. We want to be the first to alert you to some dates that you might want to put on your calendar. 2025 is going to mark the 8th annual Water and Energy Conference that's happening from March 4th to March 6th. A total of 5 keynote speakers will be spread out across the conference, and all of them will address the challenge of water in the oil and gas industry. They're talking about water management as well as critical water infrastructure. UTBB has helped put on this event for the past year, and they're able to show off the research being done at the university to recycle water for agricultural purposes. Each year, academics, oil and gas operators, service companies, as well as scientists gather in Midland to talk water and energy.
Because it's so scarce, especially here in the Permian Basin specifically, we have a lot of municipal challenges with it. We have a lot of challenges with storing it in the water and gas space as well. And, you know, as it relates to seismic issues and other things.
Registration to attend or even sponsor the conference is open now. New changes are coming to the Arts Council of Midland. They've moved to the historic Scarborough Library Complex, and now they've got plans to renovate it. Once those renovations are complete, regular programming, exhibition, and classes are going to continue in the large building. But the Arts Council is also introducing new program with opportunities for up-and-coming artists out of Midland.
It'll give us a chance to include more artists, and we bring in artists from outside the area so that our local artists and our local visitors are they're stimulated by something different.
These renovations are expected to be complete within 3 years. We've got a traffic alert for you that might affect your Monday commute. Crane Avenue is going to be temporarily closed to through traffic. That's between the south side of Ada Street and Lindbergh Street. We've got a look at the impacted streets for you right now. You can take a look. This is all part of the Crane Avenue reconstruction project, with crews working to replace water and sewer infrastructure. Again, this is parts of Crane Avenue that are going to be temporarily closed to through traffic starting this Monday. We're going to take a pause now and talk your weather forecast with Chief Meteorologist Tom Teefer. He's going to tell us what we can expect as we head into the weekend. Tom?
Well, we are looking at some nice conditions on the way for this last weekend before Christmas and into Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. That's your first alert. A milder weekend is on the way, and holiday travel continues to not be a problem, as it's not going to be too cool for Christmas. It's not going to be very chilly, maybe early on Christmas morning, a little bit of cold front moving in, maybe a little bit of winter chill. But overall, though, we are looking at a great weekend. Those temperatures steadily going up to near 70 coming up by Monday across the area. Today, we saw temperatures a little bit cooler behind a front into the lower 60s out there is where we topped at to the upper 50s across many areas. And as we look at your evening, well, be sure to bundle up, as we're going to be looking for temperatures to slide down into the upper 30s overnight tonight across the area. So things are going to be just a little chilly.
Thank you, Tom. Now, we've all seen the Salvation Army kettle ringers. They spread holiday cheer while collecting donations that are supporting our local Salvation Armies. But did you know about a friendly competition that's happening between 2 Midland agencies?
They are people usually from this job.
You'll remember back in November, we told you that the Midland Fire Department and the Midland Police Department are competing to see who can raise the most money through the Red Kettle campaign. Both of them rang on a Friday at the Midland Market Street on Midkiff, and they were given 10 hours to collect.
We want to be able to express Christmas joy and spirit, and want to make sure that they feel it every time they pass by us. Even the smallest amount can actually go and help those that actually need it.
Now, the Midland Fire Department collected 2 kettles worth of donations, and MPD just finished collecting about an hour ago, so we're going to have to keep you updated when we find out who won this competition. Over in Odessa, Blue Santa was giving gifts out to ECISD students today. Blue Santa and his elves visited 11 families within the district, and all of them are in need during the holidays. Each family got gifts and other items that they might need, like clothes, shoes, and hygiene products.
When we get these families, we have them provide us with a Christmas wish list. Like I said, due to the donations that we've received from the citizens and businesses in Ector County, we're able to provide every single item on that wish list plus some.
For the 5th year in a row, ECISD police, student crime stoppers, and community sponsors all work together to make Blue Santa happen. You're looking now at the line to get into the Midland Soup Kitchen Ministries annual Christmas luncheon that happened today. Hundreds of people gathered to eat, be merry, and get some Christmas gifts. The first person to arrive got there at 5 a.m. just to wait for that meal. The Soup Kitchen also was able to extend its hours in order to keep serving food and keep giving out toys.
When they're here, to see that joy on their face, not only because they're getting the presence of the Lord, but they're getting the joy of Christmas. And we are humbled and we're so honored to be at the forefront, to not only be that bridge for them to have that, but just to see it and just to see the smiles on their faces. It is really a beautiful feeling when you see this many people under one roof. Soup Kitchen volunteers spent last night wrapping hundreds of donated gifts.
Last year, over 1,200 gifts were given away, and this year they gave away even more at 1,543 gifts. Right, today, toys were delivered everywhere, including to the Buckner Family Hope Center, which will then be given to foster families and children in need. Take a look. Over the past 6 weeks, Carpet Tech collected about 700 toys for the donation. Now, those will mostly be used as Christmas gifts, but some of them are going to be stashed away to be used throughout the year as children need them. Buckner Midland called it a huge blessing.
They love it. We have had some families that just are in tears about how many gifts that they're getting to see, or that they don't have to worry about the financial burden of having to provide for whether it be their children or their foster children or whatever it may be, that they truly just get to enjoy the time with their family instead of having to focus on the financial aspect of it.
Carpet Tech called it their most successful toy drive yet. And the spirit of the holidays also extends to some of our most loyal companions. The animals at the Midland Animal Services today got to get some Christmas dinner today. This heartwarming tradition started just this past Thanksgiving, and it was an instant hit. The shelter's staff wanted to give their furry residents a special treat, bringing joy and excitement to the animals who call the shelter home.
Usually when they're kenneled, they can be kind of sullen, or, there's a lot of noise and barking and stuff. It got real quiet in the pods as each of them ate, and they were just a little bit more relaxed and happy and kind of shaking their tail, and they ate it all immediately.
Now, I said it was a special dinner, so instead of their usual kibble, the animals got to be treated to some homemade turkey and veggies. It was cooked with care by a local shelter. They also got a pup cup for dessert. We've got some consumer news for you now. Party City and Big Lots will be closing all of their stores, and that includes the locations that they have here in Midland and Odessa. Big Lots posted it on its Facebook that all stores are closing and that some promotions and deals were canceled in favor of the going out of business sales. Meanwhile, Party City's CEO says that they'll be winding down operations immediately. Coming up, a new border security strategy is being implemented across the state. We're going to tell you more about it in your news across Texas. That's right here on First Alert 7 News at 9. We are your first alert on state news, which is why we're going to tell you that Governor Greg Abbott has a new border security strategy. He's billboards. Take a look. The International Public Relations Campaign aims to deter migrants from illegally crossing the U.S. southern border into Texas. Billboards have been put up into Central America and Mexico, warning of possible dangers and consequences of illegal border crossings.
Yesterday, we began putting up billboards, dozens of billboards, in Central America and in Mexico. They inform potential illegal immigrants about the reality of what will happen to them if they try to enter Texas illegally.
The estimated cost of this billboard campaign, roughly $100,000.
Not looking all that bad for Santa's visit. We'll get you up to date on that coming up next.
Now, from the First Alert 7 Weather Center, here's Chief Meteorologist Tom Tiefertiller.
Well, some great weather on the way, it looks like, for the weekend before Christmas and all the way through Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. The big reason is this ridge of high pressure back out to our west across the Four Corners area. That's going to slide across here over the next few days and keep temperatures relatively nice across West Texas and southeast of Mexico and really across the state. Not expecting any travel issues out there as this northwesterly flow will bring an occasional cool front through. Looks like the next one will be visiting coming up Christmas Eve, making for a chilly start to your Christmas. But overall, though, those afternoons looking nice. Across the state today, we saw great conditions out there across many areas as temperatures, again, were not all that bad. But the only problem we had on the roads today was some traffic. Of course, the holiday rush is on and everybody's scurrying around to get the last-minute Christmas shopping, Christmas decorating done, and start cooking for the big day next week. As temperatures across the state today, not too bad. A little cooler in the Dallas-Fort Worth area is 57 degrees, 69 in San Antonio, 66 out towards El Paso, so some great weather out there. And it looks like the futurecast, well, we are going to be looking at relatively quiet conditions, maybe a high cloud or two overnight tonight, early into the morning hours, but that's going to be about it in the skies across West Texas as we're going to be seeing relatively quiet conditions. Now, southerly winds will return, maybe bring some clouds back to the forecast for parts of West Texas coming up early on Sunday, but it won't last all that long, and we're going to see relatively quiet conditions other than those clouds in the early morning hours. So for the rest of tonight, again, temperatures will be dropping down into the upper 30s out there. Things will be a hint chilly, but not too much wind to deal with. And your First Alert 7 tomorrow forecast is going to see those temperatures even warmer into the mid to upper 60s to low 70s in some spots in West Texas under sunny skies and just a light wind across the area. Your First Alert 7 10-day forecast holiday edition is showing for the start of the winter season. Things will be mild and that trend is going to continue into next week. Another weak cool front on the way coming up for Christmas Eve. We'll drop temperatures a little bit for the start of Christmas Day, so a little chilly for Santa's visit, but overall, some great looking travel weather, and weather overall for your holiday looks good.
Up next here at 9, Jensen Young has this story about a professional basketball player giving back to the Pecos community. Stick with us.
Andre Roman is a professional basketball player from Pecos. He graduated from Pecos High in 2014 and has played professional basketball in Europe for much of his career before spending some time with the Spurs organization in September. I had the chance to sit down with Andre to hear where he's signing to play in 2025 and learn how much his community means to him and how basketball helps him give back.
So where I signed to next is going to be somewhere I've actually been before.
At 29 years old, Andre Roman has seen more than the average person from small-town Pecos, Texas. He played college ball and won a national championship at Arlington Baptist University before signing his first professional contract in Moldova. Since then, he spent time in France, Armenia, and most recently with the Austin Spurs, the G League affiliate of the San Antonio Spurs.
It's just like any sport. You get tested. You know, they want to see where you're at mentally. Other players want to, you know, the things that come within sports. And me personally, I don't pass the eye test. So you're walking in with people 6'3", 6'4", 6'5", and up. You see a guy of my stature coming in, you're kind of, you know, a couple of eyebrows raised up, like, you know, as far as the team.
But Andre showed why you can't underestimate him. He proved himself and got the support of the players and staff.
And they even mentioned, they said, you know what, man, if you're not with us for the long term, we know you'll find a job somewhere because, you know, we can tell your skill level, you're there. And whether I circle back around and maybe join them in the summer league or I don't, you know, it was something that I'll take with me forever and experience that I'll never forget. Double screen at the top.
He did not sign with the Spurs organization. Instead, he's going back overseas. But as he prepares for that journey again, it reminds him of how much he appreciates his community, especially around the holiday season.
I grew up humbly, and I grew up, so I was one of the kids that needed a gift during that holiday, and I never forgot it. I never knew who the organization was. All I know is they pulled up in a lot of motorcycles, and they came and me and all my cousins got a gift. And I never knew who the organization was, but I told myself, you know, when I get in that position, and if I ever do, God willing, that this is something I made a goal and that I wanted to do.
Andre started an organization called the Andre Roman Organization. Through his organization, he's also held basketball camps and more to give back to the community he grew up in. This holiday season, they hosted the 5th annual Gifts on Us, giving a fun experience and a gift for elementary students with perfect attendance.
There's not a price you could put in just being able to spend time and show someone that they're cared about and that we care for them, especially in my hometown community. So it's been a blessing, and it's amazing to be able to do this for the 5th year.
His heart is full from spending time in his hometown, and he feels prepared after his time in Austin this September. Now Andre is preparing for his next adventure in 2025. He leaves at the end of the month.
So where I signed to next is going to be somewhere I've actually been before, but it's the country of Armenia. I'll be going there this upcoming season, and I'll be joining them. The last time I was there, we lost in the semifinals. Lost 3-2 at a best-of-7 series. My goal this year in returning back to that country is to bring a championship to the team that I'll be playing for. It's going to be for the team of Urartu, and so I'm excited to go back. I'm excited to work hard. I'm prepared coming off this stint with the Spurs, and I'm excited to win. I want to win a championship, man. I won a national championship in college, and my goal now is to win a championship in the pros.
He hopes this move and his impressive career in basketball can lead to more success and continue to inspire his hometown community.
You know, to go many places has been truly a blessing, but my goal is not to be the only one to ever do that. My goal is to inspire the next generation to continue their race as well and be even better than me, because I'm from here, little old Pecos, Texas, and I've been able to do it, and I know they can too.
Congratulations to Andre, and best of luck in your second stint in Armenia. West Texas is going to be rooting for you. Thanks for joining me here at the Sports Desk. Stick around for more after this break.
All right, thanks for joining us one last time here on the CW First Alert 7 News at 9. We've got more news coming up at 10.